Hey, this is Patrick again, just checking in. I think this is day like 14 for me on my 30-day quest. Things are going good, can't really complain. Just got back from Pittsburgh late last night. I had to evict a tenant up there. That went well, court date-wise. It's like $2,400 the tenant owes me, which of course I'm not going to get any of that money back. And of course I'm not chasing anybody for that money. It just is what it is. So what I've been doing is I have created like a discipline. That was one of the things that I last spoke of. Like, hey, I haven't incorporated any discipline yet. And I wanted to show you kind of like what that looks like, what that's about, what that's not about, how that looks, how that doesn't look. So basically what I do is this vibrational frequency thing, where you put the goal in the center and then you surround that with love, 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 and also like the pay it forward part, you know. So in order to like get a successful vibrational frequency going, in order to like get the law of attraction to work, too much is given, much is required. So there has to be like a definiteness of purpose of what you want, but you also have to have a equal payback, meaning like, well, I want a Ferrari. Okay, well, the universe will give you a Ferrari, but the next time you need something, you're not going to get it. The universe won't give it to you. The law of attraction won't give it to you. It's like, why wouldn't it do that? It's like, well, you didn't tithe for the Ferrari. You didn't give back to the Ferrari. Too much is given, much is required. So most of the times, you know, we want Ferraris in life, but we're not able to give back to, the tithe of a Ferrari. So there's that too much is given, much is required. So you should basically keep your wants and your desires in the level of which you can give back. So, for example, I'm like day 14 or day 13 into my 30-day quest, but I just started like implementing the law of attraction here in the last week, basically. It's been like a fat week. But I've been doing it every day successfully. I've been doing that. So my goal was to get $4,000. So in a month, I wanted to make $4,000. So for some people, that's a lot of money. For some people, that's a joke. And money is relative. Success is relative. So for me to get $4,000, it felt like a lot of money. And the reason it felt like a lot of money because I was pretty much negative $4,000. Meaning cars were dying, cars were going in I had 2 cars in the shop, no income from rents, houses being sued for and another house. Like, it didn't matter what I was doing. I was losing money faster than people could print money. So for me to say, hey, I'm going to get $4,000 in 30 days, felt like $150,000. It really did, to me. So I kept it small. I can tithe back to that. So, what I do is, like, in the middle, I'll write $4,000, and where the goal is, I'll write $4,000, right? And then I surround that with love. So the love is, I love playing with my son. I love hearing him laugh. I love, tickling him, and when he starts laughing, I just love that sound. So I'll write down, I love to hear my son laugh. And then I'll write down, I love to go out with my wife on dates, right? Which I do. I absolutely love that. And then I love the fact that my relationship with my daughter is sound right now. So I'll write down things that I love, right? And we need to repeat these over and over and over again to get your vibrational frequency up, because the law of attraction is on a high vibrational frequency. It's not on a low vibrational frequency like where cancer and cigarette smoking and internet pornography lives. It's up high where the angels are hiding out and stuff like that. So, up there, baby. Oh, say so. So, you write down your goal in your center. I want $4,000. You surround that with love. And then what are you willing to pay back? So I was in church the other day, and the church asked for volunteers for their marketing department. So I'm like, fine, I'll volunteer for the marketing department. So I want $4,000. I want it within a month, and I'm going to surround myself with love in this way. Write it down. I love the way Nathan laughs and giggles. I love to hear the sound of that. I love to take my wife out on dates, and I love the way she looks on the date. And I love that my daughter's happy, and we're happy, and we love one another. And I'm going to volunteer my services at the church for 3 months with no attachment at all. And you just basically go around that. And when I tap on myself, so because I'm an NLP and an EFT person, you know, I use my third eye and my temple here. If you go like this, you're going to find like a little hole right here, right? There's a little baby hole. So that's a portal to your subconscious mind. So when I tap, 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 I'll say, I love the way that Nathan sounds. I love the way he giggles. I love to hear him wiggle around and laugh and giggle. And when I tickle him, I love the sound of that. I absolutely love the fact that I'm receiving $4,000. I love the fact that when I take my wife out on dates, that she's in love with me and I'm in love with her. And I love to see my wife's face. I love to make her happy. I love it when the food comes and we're all just happy and we're giggling and we're just happy to be in love. I love the fact that I'm receiving $4,000. And you sneak the $4,000 rate, you sneak it right in. That's the trick here of the law of attraction. You sneak it in. You just pop it in there. I love the fact that Nathan giggles. I love it when he giggles. I love the fact that I received $4,000. Just go ahead and assume that you've got it. You just take it. I love the fact that I received $4,000. And I'm going to pay the $4,000 back by volunteering my services at the church. I'm going to give back to the church for the $4,000 I received. I'm going to tithe with my time and my efforts to the church. And I'll help them in their marketing department. They've asked for the help. They'll receive the help. I'm receiving $4,000. They'll receive my help. I love it when my son laughs and giggles. You just keep on going and going and going with that, right? You do that for 5-10 minutes. But that is how the law of attraction works. I've been doing this for a week. I've probably received $2,000. And it's like, how did all this happen? It's just the universe will pay whatever you ask of it. I'm asking for $4,000. I'm going to get the $4,000. That's already on the books. I mean, it really is. It's already coming anyhow, but it really is already on the books. So that's great. I appreciate it, and I'm going to pay back. It's when you don't pay back, the universe goes, "Nah, I'm not helping you. Like I can't trust you. You don't pay back." So this is probably the best kept hidden secret, of the law of attraction. Like, you have to have a definiteness of purpose. You have to surround that with a higher frequency, and you have to define what you're going to pay back. To much is given, much is required. It doesn't have to be in monetary gain. If you ask for thousands of dollars, you don't have to give back thousands of dollars, because what's the point of that? But you have to give back. You have to define how you're going to give back. The universe works like this, not half. That's all, not you. It's us, the whole thing, the whole show. So this is how I do it. This is how I have been doing it. Today I applied. I paid for my permit on my house to get an occupancy permit. I spoke to the attorney who's suing me over my house because I don't have an occupancy permit. Paid for that, filed that, and I have a guy who's going to come out. This has been the most terrifying thing I can think of in 8 years. I mean, I avoided like a plague having somebody come out to my house and judge it and look at it and say, you're going to need all this, you're going to have to do all that. I just avoided it. And then I forgot about it. And now it's back like a chicken, to roost in a legal form. So it's like, but I haven't been freaking out about it. It's like, whatever. I mean, come what may. I am working a much better program now. I'm not freaking out about it. Just punch the ticket, and then we just keep moving on. So life is getting good. Life is getting better. I've already come up with a 90-day program, which I'm going to do, and I've tapped into some stuff. I'm working on Date with Destiny stuff from Anthony Robbins. I'm filling out that paperwork, and that's been really good. It's been emotional and opening up all these different, dialogues with myself. And it's helped me to understand there's more things I can, should, and will do, and I'm going to do. So I highly recommend that you check out those things with Tony Robbins. And always good to be growing, long story short. So I hope this helps. The vibrational thing works. I've used it 1,000,000 times. 2 times in the past, I had a crazy thing show up on this house. It showed $3,600 one time and like $3,800 fines on this property. That went on for years without me knowing. And then my old neighbor said, hey, two separate times over like 4 years, said, hey, I just looked in the mail box over here. I used to live in a condo, and he's like, in the group area, like in the trash, I saw your name, and so I opened this letter up for you, and you got 5 days to pay them $3,800 here. And he took a photo of it and sent it over to me. That happened 2 times. So 2 times I did this trick, this law of attraction trick. So I needed $4,000 in like 48 hours, and that happened twice. And both times I got the $4,000 in 48 hours, twice. So this mojo works. People are always like, no, it works, baby. So that's how I do it. It works every time. I've never asked for huge money, like $20,000, for example, or $50,000 or $100,000 grant. Haven't had the need, want, or desire to really get into that. I haven't also come up with how am I going to tithe back 50, 80, 100 grand? What am I going to do? It's so great, How am I going to develop that? So I've always wanted like these $5,000 and $8,000 problems fixed. They always do. So good luck, and I'll see you in a couple more days. I got a 90-day program that I'm going to start on. I'm going to share that with you as well. Thanks.